What's up, guys? So another week of this, I don't know, post-meet experimental but structured training block. Started off at 545 is what it looks like. Again, this is a fat bar. I don't know if it maybe weighs a little more than a traditional power bar or not, but I will just call it 545 because that's what I loaded for a single with a static hold. 3x7 with 425 on the block pulls. These felt pretty great. I'm not the biggest fan of volume and deadlifts, but who really is? And again, the block pulls, given my shitty build for deadlifts, definitely helped me get in that volume without putting myself into risky positions. And again, it's not that I can't get into a good position deadlifting. I do well for, again, those bad leverages that I have. But when you go to doing volume and reps and fatigue sets in, and, it's easy to set up and get tight for one rep. Well, it's not easy, but I mean, it's, relative. But once you start getting tired and you're getting on, rep 4, 5, 6, and set 3, 4, 5, it's very easy to, forget your cues, not pay as much attention to positioning, get out of position, possibly injure yourself, and I've slipped the old disc a time or two in the back on deadlifts, so. Not to say that I'm not going to do some volume on deadlifts, but again, the block pulls are just safer for me to do so and build up some conditioning on the front end of it. Bench press now, I am doing a little self-experiment. I'm going to start doing some more volume on bench press. I moved one finger out, just for shits and giggles to see how it felt. Obviously, I only worked up to a heavy single. I'm doing some pin presses, which, Jesus Christ, they felt awful. So I'm probably going to keep them in rotation. But I'm, instead of just kind of working up to this top single, like you'll see with a lot of my lifts this week on bench and then going to pin presses, I'm going to prioritize bench again, with, again, that finger out, run at a training block, maybe take a max single, cap it at an RPE 9-ish, with a finger out and kind of see how it feels. I've not been able to PR in a meet on bench in quite some time, and a lot of it's just, it's not there on the day. And that's what powerlifting is very much about, is having yourself prepared to be at your peak, on the day. So it's not that my bench needed a change, but I'm just, kind of throwing something at it to see if I could more consistently be at that peak with a finger out, or if it makes my peak a bit higher than where it sits. It's a position I used to bench in, but I've gradually moved in over the years. So we'll see how that goes. 550 for 3 singles on the squats. The first one felt terrible. These are the heaviest sleeved singles I've taken since my meet in January in sleeves. So I definitely kind of forgot what they felt like. The second one cleaned up, was much smoother. The third one was still better than the first, but, I was starting to get gassed there. I think 3x5 beltless with 325 afterwards. All things considered, squats are feeling good right now. I'm not mad at them. Gonna keep hammering them. I'm not gonna keep the beltless squats around much longer. Probably, I don't know if I'm going to deload next week or not. I've been debating that in my head. But the, next sort of block after that will definitely be back to squatting with a belt on, And I'll probably honestly just go back to like a 5x5 for the time being. Gonna keep these plat style squats as an accessory movement too. I did pauses on this day, and holy fuck, were my quads on fire. I did some split squats at the end, unweighted. As you guys know, I've had the issue with my left knee. So really, I'd been wanting to kind of do some unilateral stuff, and some single leg shit with my left knee, my left leg. I just hadn't felt confident to do so. I hadn't felt like my knee was there to do it yet. It's kind of put up or shut up time. My knees, I've always had issues with that knee, but it feels as good as it has. So I figure it's time to get some stability work over there in particular. So I'm doing these weightless, and you'll see me lose balance a couple times. The goal is I really want to be able to get a set of 15 straight on my left without having to grab the bar like you see me doing there, without losing balance, and feel stable. And then when I can hit that 15 clean, I'll start adding some weight to it at that point. But I really just want to be able to be comfortable with the movement itself, moving my body through space on it first. OHPs, it's 225. This is a cake weight for me. My left shoulder's been feeling a little odd. I don't know. I feel like I've got a knot back in there somewhere, or something that I just can't shake. It happened when I was playing basketball, which is weird, but sometimes you move wrong and some shit happens. I think I got 11 on my last set, and looking back when I was chopping this up, the 11th one didn't look hard at all, but holy fuck, it felt like an RPE 11. Like, I think right here it's coming up. Yeah, okay, so it was a little grindy, but it still looked like I had more in the tank, but I assure you I did not. Something else I wanted to experiment with that is probably going to be thrown on this secondary press day for the next training block. Some rows. I've said before, I don't have a problem with rows, but I've not done barbell rows because the fatigue on my lower back. So what I've done here, I've got my arms, set to not allow the bar to drop past a certain position and to start at a certain position. And that starting position and that bar not going past that position, again, just kind of preventative measures, and my lower back not getting out of position. So I'm definitely going to run, a couple blocks of those, work up some weights. That was just 225, no straps or anything. Kind of good to have some secondary grip work too. Again, we all know I need the fucking grip work. I don't want to drop deadlifts I'm capable of lifting. And finished off with some suitcase holds. 185, not an impressive weight at all. But man, after this training week, I was fucking gassed. So, the next 2 days off, and again, maybe deload next week, maybe not. We'll see.